I have a very special guest, if you guys remember her, Melima Baby. Hi, Melima. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
Swagalicious?
Swagalicious.
Yes.
We're feeling myself.
We're ready to
Got
go
the
see
dad shoes on.
the dad shorts. You gotta show off the pants. The shorts. These are a DIY.
I made them this
Melima
morning.
Baby only.
I made them this morning.
20 minutes ago.
Literally. She showed up to my house and she was freezing outside my house for like 20 minutes and I was still cutting up my shorts.
She's like, I'm gonna put clothes on. I was like, okay. So I got out of my car and I'm outside with my gear, like, hello.
Dude, swipe first.
Yeah. Swipe first, friends later.
Straight up.
Well, to kick off this episode, shot o'clock, everybody. Cheers.
Ay, Diosito, no quería.
Guácala, qué rico.
Guacala, qué rico for real. The fuck is this?
Watermelon. You said watermelon.
99% proof?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what time is it? Still like 9 in the morning?
Well, if you're watching this, it's 7 a.m.
Oh, it's not that late. It's not that early in the morning.
When I got here, cheers. Wait, you gotta do ass and titties. Woo. So you guys,
I just know I look nasty taking that shot. I went from cute swag to nasty.
Swag. She went to gentleman.
I got some of this.
Of course, baby.
Give me that. My mascara is running.
From the folks that are watching us from YouTube, as you can see, we're swagalicious in our Rockies gear because let's go Rockies.
Today is opening day and we are going not to the game.
We're going to the Bella.
We're going to the Bella.
Yes. I was like, honestly, are we even gonna watch the game? No.
Wow.
And if we do, Wheelhouse has it on the TVs.
True.
Yeah.
Honestly though, I'm like super excited because I've always wanted to go to opening day.
Me too, and I've
never been able to.
Something always happens.
Or the day it lands on, it just ends up being a day that I'm working or I have something going on.
Yeah, same.
So finally this year when I seen that it was on a Thursday and I'm off on Thursdays, I was like, fuck yeah.
You're like swagalicious.
Yeah, we gotta go. We have to go.
Yeah.
I just know that it gets lit. Like,
I see everybody Snapchats and I always get FOMO as fuck, and I'm like, no, I want to go.
What does that mean? I said facts as I like.
You're like, fuck yeah.
I always hear that shit, but I'm always like.
It means like because you feel left out.
Oh.
Like when
At first I thought people were saying homo, and I was like,
homo as fuck.
I was all like, damn, they're being allies.
No, it means like fear of. I don't know what the actual term of it is, but it's like you just hate feeling left out.
Like you're missing out. Like
yeah.
your friends are out doing shit.
Fear of missing out.
Oh, okay.
I think. Oh, there you go. Fear of missing out. Perfect. If that's not what it is, then that's not what it is.
Oh my god! I just really did that.
No, but yeah, it's like let's just say we all hang out, we all go out, and you don't, and then you're like, nah, I'm okay, and then you get home and you're like, I should have went out with these hoes. Yeah.
I was watching Jersey Shore the other day, and Vinny said that something about I had mad FOMO or some shit like that, and I was like,
homo.
I kept hearing homo, and I was like,
you know you're lesbian when that's all you hear.
Yeah, I was just like homosexuals, you know. But oh shit, okay, now I get it. Cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you guys, I don't know why, I just started drinking. I've been laughing all morning. Melissa's not that funny, and I just keep laughing.
No, I'm pretty funny.
But not like
I was straightening my hair and she was laughing.
No, you guys, you need to, okay, for those that can see me, she was grabbing her hair and pretend this is la plancha. She was like going like this. Like, I'm like, damn, bitch, are you fucking your hair or something?
Yeah, I told her that as a hairstylist, she was going to be real disappointed on how I did my hair.
As a friend, it doesn't matter because that's how I do my hair. But as a stylist, I'm like, you're going to end up bald.
I mean, I want a buzz cut, so...
No, everybody please tell her not to cut her hair.
Okay, guys, for real.
Or get an undercut.
Ew,
don't shave off your head.
That's so lesbian.
I had an undercut.
I know, lesbian.
That was before I knew my calling. I was like 18.
Okay, stop.
Maybe that's why my mom hated it, because she's like, that's lesbiana as fuck.
pinche machorra.
No, literally. One time, instead of saying machorra, I said, what do you call your cows in Spanish?
Fuck. What the fuck? I had it, now I fucking... Oh! I'm a no sabo kid! I just failed the test!
They're called, chamorros.
Chamorros.
One time I was like, ay, me duele la machorra. And my mom's
No! You said
I did, I was like, huh? And I'm like, sí, es que me duele. She's like, chamorro, or ¿cómo se dice?
yeah, chamorro.
Yeah, and then I was like, ni one of those.
You want to talk about funny shit, like about saying shit wrong? My family knows about this, and I know Melanie, my little sister, watches, so she's gonna.
Your older sister follows me too, so shout out to the Villalobos family. Woo! Thank you.
I'm pretty sure they'll remember this because I got bullied non-stop. It was in Mexico, and like it was the worst. It could have happened in Greeley, and they would have forgotten about it. But it was in Mexico where all my family are hella burlones, you know? So I was like, fuck. So we were on our way, or we were passing by, we were in Delicias, and we were passing by this like stand of like chips. Mm-hmm. And we love that place. Like literally, my mom goes, I have her bring me back the salsa and the chips, which I have in my fridge right now.
Sick.
But anyways, in my head, I wanted to say, ay, qué rico, unas papitas con chile.
I'm excited to hear this.
And I said, ay, qué rico, unas caquitas con chile. Unas caquitas, güey. I said unas caquitas, and all my family said, just started laughing.
Oh, boy.
For the rest of my trip there, they just kept saying, ándale, vamos por unas caquitas. Bro, so embarrassing. And that's when I was all like, I'm a no sabo kid.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
But I feel like, yeah, your brain was like, I feel like it's hard being bilingual though, because siempre le digo like on my friends, because there's things in English I can't say, and there's a lot of words in Spanish I can't say either. Like, yeah, it's good that I know both languages.
I agree.
But it's so hard because I forget how to say things in both languages.
I agree. Yeah. And it's like you said, like sometimes you'll be like thinking, like there's times where I'm at work, and I'm like thinking of something, and I'm like, fuck, like how do I even say this in English?
No,
like,
yeah.
But in my head, like it makes so much sense, you know? Like I don't know what the other day I told them too, like, I don't know, I can't remember, but anyways, like I was with my manager and I said something in Spanish, like in my head, and I translated it to the best way that I could in English, and he was all like, what are you talking about? And I was all like, do you guys not say this? Like, is this not, because it was kind of like a rima, you know? Sí. So I kind of was all like, do you guys not see this? And he was all like, no, like, what do you, and I was like,
it?
I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember, but I remember that, like, I said it, and I translated it exactly. Like, it didn't sound bad. Like, it sounded like...
It kind of made sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
But it made sense to you.
It made sense to you because I knew what I was talking about. And then I told it to him, and he was all like, what do you... Like, he was so confused, and I was like, never mind.
You're like, this is kidding.
Just fucking forget it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, that's the thing about being bilingual. Like, it's cool as fuck, because you can talk shit about, like, white people.
Yeah.
You know?
Spanish, and they won't even know.
Yeah,
like, yeah, buddy, hi. You're like, I just called you a loser.
A Caucasian? A cracker?
I like saying the word Caucasian and not white.
I love saying Caucasian.
Because I feel like it sounds less offensive, but it's like more offensive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it just sounds like the reason I like
it just sounds funny though.
Sounds like cock. Caucasian.
You Caucasians?
Yeah, I just say Caucasians.
I just start saying that around my white friends. Hi, Caucasian.
Dude, I think, like, I don't know, there's so many fucking funny names out there to be racist. Like, I want to be racist too.
This other day, okay guys, I have a funny joke for you. Let me tell you first. Okay. Let me tell you something. So, how do Mexicans cut their pizza?
I don't know how.
With Little Caesars.
Okay, I have one.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay,
Let me tell you something.
My nephew just told me this and I thought it was so funny. What do you call a Mexican with no car?
What?
Carlos. I swear we're not drunk. This is your first beer.
No, literally, I was gonna start drinking, but I was like, oh wait. Oh my god, I'm gonna have abs after this. Sí, de por qué vengo. Me está limpiando.
Gymshark, message me if you want to work together.
Alpha Lee.
I don't know who that is.
The owners of Alpha Land.
Oh,
Houston, Texas.
my god. Here we go.
A few moments later.
Dude, Columbus laughs today are fucking nasty. Dude, we were cutting my jeans, remember? We were upstairs and we were cutting my jeans and I told her, wait, hazte útil, because you know, like when you're cutting jeans, you have fucked up scissors, it takes forever to cut that.
Yeah.
And fucking Columbus was just laying on my bed where the magic is. And I told her, I was like, bitch, like, come.
And there was a wet spot in the bed already, too. I'm just kidding.
It was my cat's babas, not anything else. Why are you putting it on the ice? Fuck no. What are we even talking about? I'm fucking so confused.
About jokes, about Caucasians. But hold up, there was a point to my Little Caesars thing. So I told this to a Caucasian male. To a Caucasian male.
Caucasian.
I was like, because he had this. Oh, let me tell you this riddle and then I'll tell you.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. What starts with an E, ends with an E, but has one letter? She's flabbergasted.
The math ain't mathing right now. I'm like the guy from fucking The Hangover, adding all the numbers up. I don't know, girl. What?
An envelope. Because there's a letter in here. So let me tell you something. So he told me that, and I was like, I got you. So then I told him the Little Caesars
I don't
one.
get that.
Envelope. It starts with an E and ends with an E, but there's a letter in it. Because envelopes have letters in them.
I like the Little Caesar one better.
Okay,
anyways,
cool. So then I tell him the Little Caesars one. And then I don't know if he thought like we were cool like that. And he's like, wait, I have a racist joke for you. So Juan, and I was like, excuse me, buddy. I was like, cut the brakes there. I don't remember what he told me. And I was just like, oh, we're getting racist. I was like, okay. Okay. I just sit there. I'm like, I wasn't trying to be racist, but okay.
There's this movie that I have never seen. But, so when I used to work at my first dealership, I used to work with this Caucasian, and he was funny as fuck. Like, he was just like...
Were you laughing like I am right now?
Yeah, like, he was perverted, funny, dark humor, like...
I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just all around, I don't give a fuck. But not, like, in legitimately, like, was racist or anything like that. Like, cool-ass motherfucker, like, super cool. He ended up hooking up with one of the girls that I knew there. Anyways, that's besides the point.
A story for another day.
He was a manager and he slept with one of the sales representatives.
Ooh.
And it might have been me.
Was he married?
Just kidding.
Was he married?
Yeah.
Ooh, was she married?
Kids.
Men ain't shit. It's always the married ones. Don't get married, you guys. You know what? Wait. Pause. You know who hits on me the most? Los casados. I'm like, you already have a wife at home. Why in the fuck are you hitting me up?
Be like that though.
Literally,
like that.
This guy, there was this one guy, he was so fucking insistent on hanging out. He said, let's hang out. And I knew he was
and it's
married.
like the ones that try the most too.
No,
like,
and I knew he was married, but one time I asked him, I was like, oh, tienes novia? Just to see what he would say. He's like, no. Well, duh, technically he doesn't. And I was like, let me come over then. He's like, no, es que no podemos. I was like, oh, vives con tus papás? Like, it's not like I care, but I wanted to see what he would say. He's like, no, es que no se puede. Yeah, because your wife's at home, asshole.
Y'all man.
I have not seen. I didn't hang out with him. Don't worry, guys. I'm not a homewrecker.
To be honest with you, like, God bless. Thank you, Diosito, for making me a lesbian. Because
No. Bitches are the worst. You know how. So I was a freshman in high school, right? You know. Let me tell you something. I know she doesn't watch my podcast, but I was a freshman in high school.
I heard about this not too long ago, and I was shook.
I was a freshman in high school, and I felt like if my family sees this, don't hate me. Anyways, so long story short, I always knew I liked girls since I was little, whatever. So when I was in high school, there was this girl, I was like, she's so hot, this and that. And me thinking, it's just a phase, right? But okay, like, I never really, like, pursued to talk to girls or anything, but I was like, whatever. So, you know, like, back in the day, you would do, like, a Ray, to be honest, or date, or, you know? Like this. Date. So I think I did, like, for a to be honest inbox. So she liked it.
And you, okay, but like honestly, sorry, I'm not gonna cut your story, but I think like when you were in high school, like you were already talking to someone, so you would say like for inbox, so that you could do like I'm kind of like digging you, I kind of like you, you know, because if you did it in public, you don't want to post that.
No, yeah, you don't want people to be like, oh my god.
Yeah, so when you were already kind of like.
And I
let someone, you would do the inbox.
And I did it just so she would like it, and she did.
See?
Fell into my trap. See? So she liked it, and then I was just like,
she liked it.
She liked it. I
It's a read, bitch.
I screenshotted my body screenshotted. No, so I liked it. So no, she did. And I was like, to be honest, I have a crush on you. She's like, oh, bet, text me. So this was like the ending of my freshman year, my first semester. So then the second semester of my freshman year, so she was a year older than me, so she was a sophomore. We talked the whole second semester. We never hung out because, one, my mom was super strict, and if I was in Jahira, she was not gonna let me out the house. So we never hung out, and then the one summer I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was gonna hang out with her. She's like, oh, well, I'm leaving to Chicago to see my grandma. When I come back, we'll hang out. Cool. We talked every fucking day, dude. I kid you not. Every fucking day. And by this time, it was already like July. This bitch. I don't know why I'm still heartbroken over that. I'm not gonna get over that. And if you watch this, I love you, but fuck you. Anyways.
I have her on Snapchat.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Send her my titties. So, she used to say, I'm not gonna keep talking. So, she called me one time randomly on Snapchat, like normally. And I was like, hey, whatever. We're talking for like 10 minutes. This bitch. She's like, hey, let me call you back. My girlfriend's calling me.
And that's the lesbians I don't claim.
I was like, I was so mad. I was just like, okay, and we hung up or whatever, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, literally, dude, like this whole time, we literally been talking for what, like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, 6 months.
Yikes.
And you're like, oh, my girlfriend's calling me. Oh, okay. But then I saw her out to go like 2 months ago, and I bought her a shop. And she told me happy birthday. I was like, it's true. But that's the point of the story.
I mean, I
feel like it doesn't matter on the gender, but I feel like, I guess at least the bitches I've talked to, they've done me so dirty that I'm just like, no matter what, you're the same.
Look at me, 6-year relationship, and I never knew I was getting hella cheated on.
Fuck this bitch.
Cheers to bitches.
Fuck that bitch. But, cheers. And then this other girl I talked to, I tried so hard to hang out with her. I was like, you know what, fuck it. It's not a phase. Like, I really, I really like her or whatever. And every time she always had an excuse. Every time. And I was like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I get it. It is what it is. And then one time we hung out, we barely hung out for like 20 minutes. And then she had an excuse of where she had to go. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, whatever. And then, like, it's always, years later, she was like, oh, it's because of you. The fuck you mean it's because of me? I'm like, bro. I mean, I did stop talking to her when I was the problem. I did stop talking to her once I got in a relationship, of course. But it's like, and then there's this other girl. I can't say names because I don't think she watches my podcast, to be honest, even though she has my heart. But I told her we could just hang out as homies, and I don't know how this podcast ended up me confessing this, me coming out. This is my me coming out.
This is me with my book listening to you. I'm just your counselor here.
I don't know how this episode ended up being me coming out, but
Columbus gay.
I'm bi. Cheers! Woo!
She's an ally.
You know, hold up. Before we stop talking about this, you know the time I knew I liked girls? I was like in elementary.
When you had a bitch sitting on your face and you were like...
No, but if you know, you know. Let me know. Anyways, so I was... What are you doing? Why are you shaking your
You're not
head?
always just the one shake.
No, for what?
Extra flavor. Extra flavor on the top.
Let's not talk about me being a lesbian anymore.
Okay, but like legitimately...
Bitches ain't shit and neither are men. Period.
Yeah, honestly, it's true. Like, I think we just say that fucking around, like, legitimately. Well, I really do think most men are fucking shit.
No, a lot of men,
like,
no, that's...
Like,
a good chunk of
like,
men ain't shit.
90% of men ain't shit. I'm sorry.
There's like that very little...
And I'm not saying that as like, as a woman that likes a woman. I'm saying that because like, most of my friends are straight. Like, I have one lesbian friend. Mercedes.
Just kidding. Aww.
Yeah, love Mercedes.
Love Mercedes.
I just texted her.
My mom didn't let me hang out with her because she thought she was going to turn a lesbian.
I got you. I got you.
But I was like, surprise, bitch! I already like girls.
Fuck.
My cuñada's gonna like, fuck these bitches
I
again.
know again.
Producción! Cierra los ojos! That was the best fucking thing.
Do what I can because they're already out. I have a bra.
He really will see the titties.
I know he really will this time. But no, like, dude, like, honestly, like, it's so crazy to me that, like, really, like, legitimately, I'm sorry, guys, but you guys really, most of y'all ain't shit. Like, I don't know what it is about, like, I just think a man is, like, extremely fucking, like, weak. Like, really, 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 really weak. Like, I think whatever she's being production. She's being production and
we don't have producción.
We don't have producción.
We left producción back in G-Town.
Yeah, we're in Denver right now.
We're in because we're city girls.
Cause I'm a city girl.
City girls up.
You'll never catch me in Greeley.
What is Greeley?
Just kidding. I'm there all the time. Anyways, but I don't you think it's crazy how like men are just like so easily like seducted? Like you can fucking like just touch a man and he's all like, oh, she wants me, and they're down for it. And it's like, at least for me, like
I saw this thing. Hold up. It was like it's easier for men to cheat than women because women can get dick whenever, but guys have to work for. Why is your eye twitching?
Because I have mascara on and I never do, and it's a little heavy.
Her eyes literally like it's twerking.
Because bitch, you didn't let me have my bagel. I told you all I want to do is have a bagel before we
We're
start.
already running late because she had to cut her fucking jeans.
But I needed a bagel. I'm hungry.
We're going to brunch.
Don't yell at me.
I'm sorry, baby. No, but yeah, I saw this thing that said girls can fuck whenever because men are so fucking easy. It's like, but guys can just get pussy.
It's like literally you give men like the slightest attention and they're like, oh my gosh, she wants me.
1,000%. That's why I don't
like, you're disgusting. Like, and like it really drives me crazy. Like seeing men like just out here fucking like anything and everything while they have like a bomb ass, fine ass bitch at home. Like, ew, like that blows my mind because I know a lot of them. Like, I'm not gonna fucking mention names, but I've seen my fair share
beep, beep, beep.
of fucking people that like men that are like literally hitting, or even if you go like not even just that, like
just
in general, you see ugly bitches. And no offense, like, sorry baby girl, yeah, self-love and all, but if you're ugly, you're ugly. Sorry. Especially if you're hitting on a man that is already taken and you know that, then you're extra fucking ugly. And so like,
because you know you can't get your own, so you have to go find someone else's.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I've seen some motherfuckers have at home a bitch that I would gladly take. Baby girl, if you ever want to go to my side, let me know because your man's cheating with an ugly bitch and I will treat you better.
No, but it's true. Like, they'll have
what?
They have the wifey, and I guess it's not all about looks, but there's the bitch that is down for you and will ride for you, they'll do anything for you. But you want to hit up the ugly bitch that's over there with 7 kids, 7 different baby daddies, que no vale verga for what, one night, and then be like, oh, I'm sorry. The fuck?
Yeah. You should probably learn from your own words, though, Columba. Exactly. I just put her on blast. I'm just gonna put her on blast because she fucking put my shuffling picture out there.
She's mad over one shuffling picture. I never said it. I mean, my ex is a piece of shit, but it is what it is.
Okay, this bitch. I'm gonna expose her so bad.
What?
This bitch wants to say her baby daddy, or not baby daddy. Sorry. Her ex-man says shit, but you always go back. So
it's the fucking trauma bond, bro.
Get another trauma. I've had a bunch of traumas and I left them behind and got more traumas. And here I am happy with the trauma I have now. At least I'm in a fucking healthy relationship now.
Yeah, even though you want her to be a little toxic because she don't do nothing. No,
my lady, I love my lady, but
she tried telling her something about something else, and then she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad she cares." And Melissa's like, "This bitch don't want to fight her."
Yeah. So my current
trauma bonds are fucking the worst. Like deep down, I know my ex ain't shit. He's a piece of shit. I'm not gonna sit here and keep talking about it because duh. But like, it's just hard because one, I mean, I've talked to my therapist about this. One, I'm just used to it, right? I'm just used to him. And two, it's just like, it's always that what if. I have that what if so bad. It's like, well, what if finally he'll change? And what if this and what if that? And I know he's not because the what if is always gonna be there because I know the what if is what I know it is. And then, yeah. But it's okay. So I'm single.
Honestly,
I know I deserve better. So if you want to treat me better, let me know.
Yeah, 100%, baby girl. I'm sorry. I went through it. Like and you know, my relation. I will say like. I joke around about it, and I've told Liz and I've told everyone, like, I joke around about it, but, like, deeply, like, my first love, which was, like, my comfort, my trauma, my everything, because when I came out, it was hard as fuck, and the only person I had was the person I was in the relationship with, and they brought me onto their family. Their family were like, we love you, we accept you, we want you in this family. So, like, 100%, there was a shit ton of fucking trauma and, like, a bunch of shit in that bond, in that comfort, in that relationship, and that's why we lasted and we were together for so long. But at the end of the day, like, that was just not the relationship I was ever going to end up with. Like, as much as I loved it, and I will do it 100 billion times again, for not the reason of like not so much the reason of like the trauma, but so much because like at the end of the day, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be where I am now. And honestly, like right now, like I'm a whole different person when it comes to relationships, and I'm in a relationship where like now like the stupid shit I used to do, I can't do no more. Like even if I wanted to, like the same example, like I was telling the other day, like my relationship right now is so healthy that like even when I try and be unhealthy because we want to spice shit up and like cause
it's because you're used to you're used to like this chaos and shit.
Yeah, like but not that I wanted it. I just wanted
it's because you're used to it. Because I remember I took this one guy one time and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go out. I was expecting him to be like, oh, you're gonna go out and be a whore, fuck that, fuck. And he's like, oh, have fun. He even sent me money to go have fun. I'm like, why aren't you arguing with me?
Yeah.
It's just like, you're just used to the toxicness that when someone doesn't give it to you, you're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But there's nothing wrong with them. That's what you need. You need to be healthy and healing and shit.
Dude, and it was hot. Like, honestly, like, it was like, also for me, it was like, goddamn, like, this bitch really out here, like, not giving a fuck. Like, she's so confident in, like, what we have as a relationship and who we are together, that like me telling her, hey, like my ex hit me up, and she's still like, yeah, she's like, you should text her and be like, Thank you.
I mean, her new bitch now is hotter than the last, but she might hate me, but that's a story for another day.
She's got a fine ass accent.
Who's a fine ex?
Accent.
Oh, accent! I thought you said ex. I was like, what's up?
No, my girl
Oh,
got
yeah.
a fine ass accent. But no, like, that's cool as fuck. Like, and I think, like, I don't know, I think now that, like, I'm in that part where, like, I've lived through that and I know, like, what you've going through as far as, like, your relationship-wise.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's, like, the frustrating part as a friend. That,
No,
like,
I get
when you're over that toxic relationship and you're over all that stuff, like, as a friend, obviously, I'm not gonna be here and telling you to be back with your ex because, baby girl, no, stop. Disgusting.
No, but I think, no, I get you because when it's someone else, when one of my other friends are being like that, I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Like, you deserve better this night. Y luego ahí voy de pendeja yo. Like, it's easier said than done, of course, because I'm like, you deserve better, you this, and that.
Yeah.
But with me, I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going back. But it's like, for what? And I get it.
Literally, for what? Like, there's nothing there.
No.
If there was nothing there in the beginning, there's probably nothing there now.
I keep twitching. You guys can see it. It's on the left. Give him the twitchy eye.
God, the other one's twitching now.
We're gonna take a quick break and then we'll be back. Welcome back. Hi guys.
Alright, we're back.
Ooh, Are you feeling now? Are you drunk yet?
Yes. So keep in mind, this bitch showed up at 9 in the morning.
We barely started drinking though.
I know, but I haven't had breakfast.
You're gonna have a bagel right
I hardly ate anything last night. I had one meal.
Your girl?
Oh, you? 3 quickies before we started?
Well, that's why we took a break.
I'm not that quick.
With the dad shoes?
With the dash shoes? Maybe. Extra boost.
Turbo?
Yeah.
Is fucking Liz already ready or no?
She's still doing her makeup.
Still?
Yeah.
La Liz y la Yajaira, I swear.
No, dude.
Jahara's supposed to be here at 12, guys. Okay, pretend like this is not Tuesday. So Jahara's supposed to be here at 12. What time is it, Melissa?
It is 12. And she just left Greeley.
Yeah, she's in Greeley. And how far is Greeley from here?
About 45 to 50 minutes away.
It's about 60.
Well, and then
Give or
by the time she gets to Happy Camper, that's probably like an hour and 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, Jahira. We love you, but seriously? Seriously?
I even told Jenny.
Yo me estoy sacrificando, poniéndome peda.
I even told Jenny, I was
For
like,
this shit.
I was just like, are you guys gonna come together? She's like, yeah. I was like, ¿te quieres venir conmigo? O te esperas for Jahara? Oh, wait for Jahara.
God. I don't know. I think that's like the one thing, like, fuck, thank God I've never gotten into makeup because I will be ready ASAP. Keep in mind today, I wanted to DIY shorts and shit, but for the most part, like, if we're gonna go out, it takes me tops 20 minutes to fucking be ready.
I can get ready pretty fast too.
Yeah, you got ready quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I need to, I can get ready fast. And if I don't need to, I can.
My attention still? Oh my God, I just spit.
Just thinking of me.
Can someone do a slow motion in that spit?
Hey, producción.
Protección. Your sister's probably like, fuck.
He's probably
Don't worry, Columbus sister. I'm lesbian. I will never hit on your mans.
He's probably when he finds out who I'm filming with, he's probably like, oh, this bitch again.
100%. The first time that we did that podcast together, God, I was fucking faded again too.
Were you?
Yes, dude.
Do we take shots? Oh, you were drinking too.
We were hella drinking, and
I remember I put the beer outside so I would get cold, stay cold.
That's the thing about me though. Like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm so bad at that. Like, I literally will eat like once a day, and that's it.
Because of work, huh?
Yeah. It's just work is always like
go. That's how I am.
And a lot of the times it's like you have like a appointment, and you already know that appointment's gonna take you anywhere from like 3 to 4 hours, like to sell a car. Especially if it's someone that you already like have worked up a deal and they just come in, look at the car, sign, then yeah, it takes maybe an hour tops.
No, but what were you saying? That you don't eat?
Oh yeah, but yeah, I don't eat, dude. I'm terrible at that. I don't eat. And then when I start drinking, gets me drunk fast as fuck.
Have you always been lightweight, or are you kind of a heavyweight though?
No, I've always been a pretty heavyweight. I feel like.
Es porque no comes.
But it's because like I already know myself. Like, si no como, like
you're fucked.
I'm fucked. Like I'm 100%. Well, I mean, I think anyone is. Like, who the fuck is gonna go in empty stomach into some drinking, and you're not gonna end up fucked up?
I have a friend. Sunday name's Jahira. The bitch. 2 shots out.
And see, I'm not like that. Like, as long as I'm like prepared, like I know that the peda's coming, I eat, I get ready. Cause like if I know that that's like lined up, then I will make sure to get my body ready and prepare for it. But like, I'm also like, I will say like, I'm not a lightweight, but I definitely cannot hang as much as I used to be able to hang. I used to be able to hang like, the other day I was watching videos of like me and Liz drinking for like my birthday, like, probably 2-3 years ago. And dude, we were like, I mean, botella de tequila, dude.
But I feel like it depends on your body though. Like, I think it depends on the day, because like 3 Sundays ago, I drank, maybe 3 drinks and 2 shots. Ow. I was blacked the fuck out.
Really?
The weekend after that, me chingué like almost 2 bottles. I woke up like nothing. I remember everything. Nothing.
Yeah.
Como si nada. I think it just depends on the day. Because there's times when I'll black out over nothing, and then there's times when I'll drink fucking olive greeley and then como si nada.
You know what's my favorite though? Going to fucking Mexico and drinking.
Oh, because of elevation though too.
Dude, allá, güey. Allá soy una pinche reina en México, güey.
Yeah.
Like, en México me ataco 2, 3, 4, 5 botellas y ando al 100. O sea, no hay ningún pinche pedo. Pero aquí, it's like, you can't.
You just smell the beer and you're like, I'm done.
Yeah. But over there, and it was funny because I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and I was talking to a girl that was from Chihuahua. Mm-hmm. And she was telling me, she was all like, because definitely I lied in my fucking questionnaire that they were like...
Everybody lies.
Yeah. They were like, how many beers do you drink a day? I was like, 1.
I'm like...
No, a week.
I was like, I casually drink.
Yeah.
Casually, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Casually, I'm drunk every day.
I'm about to take shots after this.
Yeah, literally. And when we were talking about that, and then she was all like, she was like, do you go to Mexico pretty often? I was like, yeah, like at least once a year I try and go. Mm-hmm. She was like, oh, dude, I love going to Mexico. And she was talking about how they get a bus from wherever she was from, I can't remember, to that location. Oh, from Guadalajara, agarraban un...
Oh, tequila?
From Guadalajara agarraban un autobús que los lleva hasta Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is what my family does, but my family does it all the way from fucking Delicias to fucking Puerto Vallarta, which is a longer distance. But anyways, she was telling me, she was like, my family rents out a bus, mm-hmm. We get it from Guadalajara, and we go all the way out to fucking Puerto Vallarta. Mm-hmm. And dude, they just fucking, like, the entire time from there, they get drunk. Yeah. There's a few hours, but they just get fucked up. And she was all like, literally, like, llegamos and we're still good. Like, we're still drinking and we're still...
Como si nada.
Pero como si nada. And she was like, but that's the thing, is that, like, if you're from Colorado and you drink here, then when you go down there, like... It's como si nada.
Yeah.
Like, you just fucking...
You look like an alcoholic over there.
And I told her, I was all like, dude, yes. Like, I was trying to explain that to my family members, but they wouldn't fucking get it until they would come over here and they would drink over here, pensando que, like, they were gonna hang, like, in Mexico, and they could not. They could not fucking handle it. Like, I have a friend who literally, like, you give her Dos Equis, like, in una botella, uh-huh. And she'll drink it in 2 slurps. Like... Fuck, like that. Like, I'm literally talking about seconds. She's done with it. And when she came over to Greeley, we came over and we were drinking that and we were doing that. Dude, like, I kid you not, like, not even mid the fucking us starting to drink, she was fucked up. And I was still good.
Yeah, it's because we're used to elevation. Yeah, they're not.
And they're not.
No, the elevation literally can fuck you up.
Fucks you up.
Because we're just so high.
I know.
They call it the Mile High City. Ooh.
Have you ever wanted to do that? Did you know that there's
in Vegas you can
in Hellas good.
In Vegas you can rent out a plane.
Yes.
And fuck in the sky. It's legal.
I know. I want to do that.
If you're just kidding. if you're in the market. If your name starts with the D, if you're down, let me know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think should we just close this out now?
Yeah.
Think we're good?
I think we did good.
Yeah.
I came out. You
Yeah, you came out.
I guess that was me coming out at this point. We talk shit about everybody.
Can you in the intro can you put your picture there with like a big rainbow behind it?
No. My parents.
I know.
My parents are it just sucks because
do your parents know I'm gay?
No. Because my mom, I'm telling you, like I said earlier, when my mom found out that Mercedes was gay, she literally told me I cannot hang out with her because she's scared that Mercedes was going to turn me gay. My mom and my dad said that. And I get it, only because the way they grew up.
Oh, 100%.
Because the way Mexicans grew up, it was bad and shit. I feel like somewhat they're more accepting, but I also sometimes hear my mom saying shit like, especially about people that are bi. She's like, ay, son pinches mañosos, se van con uno y luego con la otra, like, what the fuck, that's disgusting. And I'm just like, fuck. Yeah. And it's another thing, like, you don't just turn out gay, or you don't just turn out lesbian, or whatever the fuck you are. Like, you literally are born like that. Like, I remember being, like, in elementary and looking at girls, and I'm like, fuck, like, she's kind of hot, you know? Yeah. And it's just like, so, to me, I don't think I would ever come out to the world, well, at this point, Singapore. Watch.
Should we talk about my coming out story? Should we? I've never talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, perfect. Before we close this out. Okay, and here's like where like how do I say this? Like so recently, let's say this. Like recently, I found out, and I'm obviously not going to like put anything out there, but let's just say that recently I found out that like I'm not the only like gay one in the family, which I always was. It was just me. Like, and that's hard as fuck because like you grow up in a very traditional Catholic Mexican family where like you only know men and women and that's it, you know? And so
just Adam and Eve.
Yeah, exactly. When it could be Esteban and what's my lady always saying?
Is it Adam? Por siempre dicen it's Stephen. It's Adam and Eve, not Steve and Adam.
Some shit like that. Anyways.
Or Eva y Margarita.
Yeah. And Columba. When I came out, dude, like, I was in rage. Like, I was very, very much in rage because...
Because someone made you come out, huh? Kinda.
My little sister. Shout out to my little sister.
I thought it was because of...
No, it wasn't my little sister, actually. Huh? Who? Oh, no. That was before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was before.
So you were still hiding it at that point. Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's go back in the fucking day now that you're talking about that. So
I thought that's what it correlated to it.
When I was younger, probably like I don't
yesterday.
No, like super young ago. Like I'm talking about like probably like 13, 14 years of age. My family would hang out with other families that they would do loteria night. So we do loteria night, and my mom would go, and she would take obviously me because she wasn't going to be by myself because my dad would go be working or whatever. And so they would have loteria night. It was always just a bunch of women, like a bunch of married up señoras that would play loteria for fun
with their daughters. Yeah,
and they would bring their kids, like men, women, whatever. They would bring their kids all around. And so while they were playing loteria, us as kids would play with each other as kids, you know? We'd play bloody knuckles, we'd play tag, we'd do all kinds of shit. We'd play all around, like we were just innocent kids just doing whatever the fuck. And then it started getting to that age where we're like now 15, 16, and obviously now came the idea of like having boyfriends, girlfriends, kissing, this and that. And I was still closeted at that time. Keep in mind, I didn't come out until I was probably like, I don't know, maybe 20 or so. So pretty up there on my age-wise, probably a little bit less, but up there on my age-wise. And so throughout that whole journey of like us going out, playing loteria and doing all that, I was not 100% sure that I was a lesbian. I knew that I was there, but I didn't act on it. I didn't act on it, you know? And so then I had 2 good friends of mine who we would play loteria with, or their parents would play loteria with, and we would hang out, and then there was guys and then women involved. And then we started playing though, you know, the usual spin the bottle, do this and that. And I never, like, even till this day, like, even till that day, like, I was still down to kiss men and do shit with men. Mm-hmm. Not that I ever took it there, but, like, I was down for it because I didn't want to act on something that I wasn't sure about, you know?
Yeah.
So I wasn't just gonna
you were, like, confused, kind of.
Yeah. So I wasn't gonna, like, tell, like, one of my good growing up friends, like, oh, let's kiss, like, you're a girl, like, oh, let's kiss just to see, like, just to confirm that I was a lesbian. I would never do that because they were not there. Yeah. They were 100% straight, and so they would never go there. And so what happens is that, obviously, you grow up with these people, and they're like, well, obviously, she's straight, so they were trying to make me, like, make out and kiss men that I didn't want to make out and kiss with, which I ended up doing. But anyways, shit started getting weird. You know, I started getting more into, like, being the idea of being, like, a lesbian. And so,
were you ever, like, you think you were bi, or did you know you were straight lesbian?
I was in the middle. At first, I was very in the middle. I don't think I would say that I was, like, completely, because I was so pressured of the idea of, like, being with the men that it was still in the back of my head the entire time, you know? Yeah. And so I was just pursuing, like, the normal norms of, like, kissing a man, not a woman. Yeah. And so that's all I did. But then when we would go to the bathroom, like, me and the girls would be like, let's go to the bathroom, let's go. You know, as women do, even till this day, I think.
We all go pee together, we're like, hey, let's go.
Like, we still have the same parts, bitch. Even though I'm lesbian, I'm not gonna be fucking like, oh, damn, baby. Like, no, what the fuck?
Those lips be looking...
Like, no, you know? And so we would go into the bathroom together, and they started getting this idea of, like, I was trying to fucking hit on them. Never was that ever the case.
You're like, you ain't my type, baby girl.
No, like, nah. Like, you're my friend. I think... And it's crazy because, like, I think I had already that mindset of, like, even though I'm younger, I know that later on, like, I'm going to be able to go into a bathroom with my friends. Even if I am lesbian and go into a bathroom with them and pee with them. I fucking just recently showered with V.
Yeah, with one of her best friends. And nobody blinked an eye. We're like,
why? Okay, like, it's just like, como dice mi mamá, like, my mom has always told me, like, when she's in the shower, she would always tell me, like, when I was in the shower, I always lock the door. She'd be like, why do you lock it? We have the same stuff. You're right. Yeah. You know, why do we have to make it an awkward situation?
Unless you make it awkward, it's awkward.
Exactly. So anyways, constantly throughout, like, my younger days, my mom kept hearing from her friends, the mothers of the kids, that I was a lesbian and that I like kids, and I was forcing these girls to kiss them. And I was like, never was that ever the fucking case. Yeah. Yes, I would go into the bathroom with them because I would turn around and I wouldn't look at them. And
it's just girls going to the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. So I had a few talks with my mom, and she was like, do you like girls? Do you like girls? And obviously, still into denial, and also being scared of, like, coming out. I was like, no. Until finally, like, I started dating my ex. We dated for a very, very, very long time. And I remember one day for 4th of July, we went out to the carnival and we took pictures on my camera because I started getting into photography. And so I had bought a camera, and I told one of the guys that were with us, take a picture of us kissing, like, with the fireworks in the background.
That's
you know, cute shit, you know.
Very G-Town, Carnival,
Stampede, 970, you know. I was giving the vibes.
I believe G-Town.
Yeah, like, I knew if I posted this, I was going to get more than 100 likes, of course. And so we did it, you know, and never in my life did I think that my mom was going to go and grab my camera and know how to turn it on and know how to look through it. So my mom goes and looks through the camera and sees all these pictures.
She was hella being nosy.
Yeah. And she sees all these pictures of me kissing my ex, and I was like, okay, whatever. And she goes and looks at the fucking pictures. Dude, it was the worst day. I can literally picture day by day.
You still remember?
Like, vividly. I don't remember a lot of stuff back in the day that vividly as I remember my coming out. And so she looks at the pictures, whatever, and then I'm getting ready because I'm going to a baby shower. So I'm getting ready, whatever, and I'm in the bathroom straightening my hair as I do. And
You're going like this.
Yeah, going like this. And my mom comes in and she was all like, necesitamos hablar. And I was like,
fuck. You can just tell when a mom knows something.
Yes. And she calls you by your name. And I was like,
Melissa Villalobos. You're like, okay, I'm dead.
So she tells me, she was like, I opened your camera or whatever, I looked at the pictures, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck is this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, she's just going off on me. And I'm like, just there, like, in disbelief. Like, fuck. What do I say? Like, what do I do now? Like,
either you admit to it or you're just like...
Yeah, and I've been hiding this for so long. What do I do now? Like, it's finally the day, you know?
Yeah.
And so...
especially because it wasn't on your terms.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm just kind of like, fuck. So I'm just kind of like, okay, like, whatever, she's doing her talk and whatever. And I finally told her, like, you know what, like, yeah, that is my girlfriend. Like, you know, I'm dating her. Like, I like girls. And my mom just starts bawling. Like, bawling. And, I mean, as... like, till this date, like, now, like, I've always been a mom's girl. Like, I love my mom. Like, I absolutely will do anything for my mom. Like, my mom is my world and my rock and everything. And so, like, seeing her cry was just like, fuck, like... And that's where, like, it sucks because it's like, you are being who you are. You're happy with who you are, but everyone around you is not happy with who you are. And everyone around you is, like, so, like, against you that it's like, what am I doing wrong? Like, and I kept telling her...
You feel like it's your fault.
Yeah, and I kept telling her, I was like, Mom, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I literally am just with a fucking woman. I'm happy. Like, I want to marry this woman. Like, at that time, obviously, that's what was all going through my head. Like, I was happy. Like, I want to have kids, but obviously it's going to be different. And so she just started crying. And so, like, my what do you call it? Like, pretty much, like, my defense was, like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of this situation because I'm not comfortable and I don't want to do this. So I fucking was all like, you know what, I'm going to the baby shower, did. So I left. Mm-hmm. And I went to the baby shower, took the present, and I left, and I started fucking just bawling in some random-ass parking lot. And then I get the call from my brother. Because at the time, it was, my mom was already divorced, so it was me, my brother, his girlfriend at the time, she was pregnant, and then me, and then my little sister. Mm-hmm. So my dad wasn't, like, involved, and my dad and my brother was, like, practically my dad at that point because we were living together. Yeah. So then he calls me up, and he was all like, hey, like, what the fuck? My mom's crying. She's telling me what's going on. You better get your fucking ass over here. My brother, growing up, my brother was, like, my best friend. And so hearing him going off on me was, like, hit me hard because he was, like, pissed. He was so pissed at me. So I finally come back home, and it's like my mom and my brother are waiting for me in the living room, and I was like, fuck. Like, walking into that, you already know, fuck, this is gonna be a terrible talk. Mm-hmm. I sit down and I just, you know, we start talking, blah blah blah. Cut forward to it, I'm just kind of like, you know, it is what it is. Like, this is who I am. Like, either you like it or you don't. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know, and my brother, like, absolutely, like, for fucking a few months, and even till this day, I feel like he's very iffy about, like, me being a lesbian.
Still?
Yeah. But I think because he's a man, you know, and we grew up together and all these things, he tried blaming himself. He told me, he was all like, you grew up with me. I taught you how to, like, watch WWE, like, play video games, be outside playing football, and I was, you know me growing up. You knew me growing up. I was a tomboy.
Oh yeah,
I was a tomboy. I was tough because my brother was always like, "Fuck no, no one's ever gonna step on you. You know, always be tough." And so I grew up like that. And that day, like, it just broke my heart that he was all like, I was the reason because I made you like a man. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, no. Like, this is who I am. Even, like, after you left and after everything, like, I'm still a very tough bitch that I'm like, you want to fight? Let's fight. You know? Like, that's who I am. That's just who I decided to be, and that's who it is, you know? So, it was very tough, but I will tell you this, like, not so much that I wanted to focus on, like, my coming out story. More than anything, I want to talk about, like, the fact that, like, now, like I said, I have there could be the possibility in the future being more people coming out in my family. I just want them to, like, and anyone that is going through the situation to know that, like, things do get better. Like, at first it's very tough and it's hard, but you also, like, as us that were younger, we think of a new mentality. We think of the newer days, right? Where we accept everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, I know most of my friends are like, you're gay? Cool, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you were gay and your friends would judge you or not be with you about it. But now, we're in this generation where we're so open about everything and we don't care. Most of us don't.
Yeah.
You know, we're just like, whatever.
Because literally, as cheesy as it sounds, love is love. Like, who gives a fuck what you do?
And I think most of us are just kind of like, who cares? I don't give a fuck. Like, not my life, I'm not caring. And we all support each other. I feel like we have all grown into this generation that we all support so much of each other that when you don't instantly get that support from a traditional Mexican or not Mexican family, you're gonna right away be hateful. Because I remember, like, my first thoughts was like, I fucking hate my family. I hate them. They don't trust me. They don't support me. They don't do this and that. And my instinct was like, hate. Mm-hmm. Until, like, I sat down with my sister and she told me, she was like, Melissa, like, your mom has only known how to live her life until she's like 40, 50 years old. Like, all she knows is the traditional Mexican ways. How are you just gonna throw at her that you're a lesbian and expect her from one day to another to be like, oh yeah, you're right? Mm-hmm. Which a lot of people do, but not most of them will.
No, yeah.
Because it's like the same thing with me. Like, if I've grown up my entire life thinking this way and something happens to me radically, how am I gonna just instantly change? You can't. You can't instantly change. So I was so mad and I was so frustrated with it, but then I'm also like, wow, like, you're right. I should have just taken back myself and been like, give my mom some time to know what this is. And even till this day, and I love my mom because she's so cute, like, we just recently had a talk and she was like, please tell me, how do you know you were gay? Mm-hmm. Was it me? Was it something in your life? Like, was it my marriage? Like, what caused you to be gay? Mm-hmm. And it was like, that was so, like, an eye-opener to think that, like, my mom actually wanted to take the time to learn something other than what she's learned her entire life. And so I told her, I was like, damn, like, fuck, like, you're right. I shouldn't have acted the way I acted.
But you didn't expect it, because you thought everyone was just going to be like, oh, yeah, you're good. But she was like, no, because she grew up so, like, oh, being gay is this, being gay is that. Especially being Catholic, like, it's just, automatically it's a sin and you're going to hell and that's it. Yep. So to her, because I know that's how my mom is to it, of course we went to the same church and all. So, like, yeah, literally, like, I remember one time at church, I was a freshman. I remember at church, the padre was like, oh, being gay is a sin. He passed around this little form, and it was either you accept gay people or you don't, something like that, and then you would sign it.
What?
I remember my mom handed it to me. She's like, here, fírmalo. And I was like, ¿pa qué? She's like, I know this. I was like, and ever since that, I never went back to church. I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. No, and I'm the same way, and my mom still, till this day, because she's still very Catholic, and she gets mad at me because she's like, I don't go to church anymore.
No, same.
And that's the thing, like, I will gladly, if I was to find a church that was, like, all accepting, all loving, like, still a Catholic, because till this day I live by the morals of a Catholic church of, like, respect your parents and, like, you know,
because we grew up Catholic, so yeah, I'm like, technically I still consider myself Catholic porque así crecí, but I don't want to label myself as Catholic because it's like, because the Catholic Church it's fucking corrupt as shit. I mean, any religion is, but it's like
you have padres out there fucking kids.
Yeah, no one wants to talk about it. That's a story for another day. But
no one wants to talk about this.
The Pope and all this and that. But it's like it's true. Like the Catholic Church is so corrupt. And it's usually mostly the Catholic Church because they deprive of their priests of having a wife, having this and that. So what are they going to do? Go off and fucking molest and rape all these younger kids because they're not getting it from someone else. There's other, there's other religions that they allow the priests to have wives and then they're fucking fine. Mm-hmm. But it's when you deprive of somebody from something, and we're all fucking humans. Granted, like I get it, you know, but it's like we're all fucking humans, and once you tell somebody, oh, you can't have this, you can't have that, what's the one thing they're going to want? That.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I always say, like, I told my mom, I was all like, I'm sorry, Mom, like, I know you want me to walk into a church and, like, pray and do all these things, but I don't feel like I have to do that. Me personally, every night before I go to sleep, si no rezo, tan siquiera me persino, but usually most of the nights I pray. I do pray most of the nights.
But going to a building for itself should not have to be it. And I told my mom that too. I was like, yo no voy a ir otra vez a la iglesia. Now we have a different father, but I still believe in everything. I still believe in this. I still believe in that. Like, X, Y, and Z, that I still believe in it because, of course, I grew up like that. But me going into a building and listening to this dude fucking being old school as fuck and saying this, and that, for what?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
no. And that's exactly what I told her. I was like, I'm not going to do that. Like, because, if you want me to walk into the same church that I grew up with, I already know, one, I'm going to get judged. Two, this motherfucker's going to talk about shit that is not even applying to me, and he's hating on who I am. So why would I walk into that? Yeah. And that's why I said I would gladly go back to church if I found a church that was accepting of gays and was accepting of and more of a free, in 2023 life that we live now. And then compared to an old school one, because I don't fit in, and I told her too, I was all like, I remember when I was going to that church in Greeley that I'm not name names, but the church that I went to, Greeley, I would walk in and it was never about church. It was always about how you were dressed, how you looked, what people knew about you.
What time
they
you
would
got
judge
there,
you.
how much dabas en la colecta. Literally, you would walk in.
You would always get judged.
If you would everybody, as soon as you would get there on time, it was already fucking full. And if you got there, God forbid,
you opened the door and everyone was like,
God forbid you got there 10 minutes late. Oh my God, it was the end of the world. Or no, that was la colecta because of some reason. Oh my God. Or you wouldn't get up to go do the communion because of course tienes que confesar first. Thank you. Te tienes que confesar first to do it. It was the end of the world.
So it was like,
dude, what the fuck?
Why am I going to walk into this church where literally all I'm gonna do is get judged?
Yeah.
I'd rather just fucking walk into a view house and get judged there.
Literally, the last time I was at that church was Cynthia's wedding.
Yeah.
From since I was 18, so last year? It was last year? Yeah. So from 18 to 25, I have not been into that church. Yeah. I'll go and I'll give La Virgen flowers only because it's La Virgen, not because of the fucking church itself. Because it's
And that's how I am. I'm like, I still consider myself so very much to the traditional, normal aspects of loving your neighbor,
respecting your parents. Like the 10 Commandments.
La Virgen, God, I pray every night. At least I try to pray every night. Sometimes I don't. It's fine. Sometimes it's just what it is. It is what it is. I'm fucking 25 years old. I get home drunk, fuck as fuck. I'm not gonna pray.
Understandable.
But it's I usually do most of the basic stuff and the steps to at least be a good person. And personally, I think that myself, I hope that there is an afterlife where you do meet up with all the people that you have loved and have passed away, because I would love to meet with them. Mm-hmm. I would, there's a lot of things that I would love to go and talk to about, with those who have passed away, and I miss them all the time. People a lot of people that are really close to me know that I've had some pretty deep deaths that I'm I hope I meet with them again. And so I just live my life to being a good person so that when the time comes that I pass away, I meet with them again. Mm-hmm. And I don't go to hell,
Same.
And I hope that
I'll dream about them in my dreams, but I'm hopefully one day I can actually not be with them, of course, technically, but be with them forever, because I'm I dream about them, I think about them all the time, the random pop up in my dreams, and I'm if it's true what my mom keeps saying and the church keeps saying, then when I die I would be with them literally for eternity.
And that's the thing, I think it's because I used to have some friends that would always tell me why are you so caught up on the idea of the religion still? And I'm not that I'm caught up on the religion as itself, because I know that a lot of it goes against who I am. I just have a really, really, really strong faith that hopefully when I do pass, I did enough here to be a good person that I get to meet with who's have passed away.
Yeah.
And that's
Because honestly, at the end of the day, no matter what you believe in, you don't know what happens when you die.
No.
Because everybody believes everything. Everybody believes different things, you know? Because there's so many religions in this world. And
it just comes down to faith.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
faith is.
Whatever, I mean, literally no one's, Catholics, Christians and all this, you're kind of tied in the same way, and they're like, oh yeah, there's Jesus and that, and then there's Mormons that believe in one thing, and then there's Jewish people that believe in one thing, and then there's like the Indians and all that. It's like, at the end of the day, you all believe in whatever you want to believe in, but it's like, of course, you're never going to know what it is, but it's like, yeah. But as long as you have your faith and crees en lo que crees, and that's it. That's all that fucking matters.
And I think that's the only beautiful thing that I like about religion is that it gives you a faith, a really, really strong faith to at least live your life properly, to not be a killer, to not be a psychopath, to not go and treat people bad and like do all these things. Like, personally, we're all human. We all make fucking mistakes, right? But at least I live by those morals of like being a good person and helping people when they need help, whether it's my religion or it's a white person or it's a black person or whatever the fuck you are, I'm going to help you. And just live by that. Like, I think if everyone just simply lived by that, I think we would be a way better fucking world that we are, because we having fucking mass shootings every fucking 5 days.
Yeah, but it's the drag queens that are the problem. But that's a story for another day.
Literally.
But
dude, when I seen that, when I see fucking like, and then I see interviews of Trump supporters saying like, dude, they don't want to kissing drag queens, but you're okay with other shit. I'm just like,
I'm not trying to get political because that's the point of my podcast. I will never get there. But the other day, the grown-ass man, I kid you not, maybe 50, 60 years old. So he's those guys that like, it's a business, and they have a box of snacks, and they'll leave it in your business, and then you pay for the snacks, and that's how they make their money, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, like a bag of chips is like, what? Let's just say 50 cents. And then they'll upcharge it to like $1, right?
Yeah.
This grown-ass man. Like I said, I don't give a fuck who you vote for. You do, you do.
We all have our opinions at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. Don't fucking cancel me. But I'm gonna laugh because it's funny. This grown-ass man grabs the box. He puts it in our break room. Pissed as fuck. He throws it in our break room. He's like, this is what he said. He's like, they arrested Trump. And it's like he was gonna start crying. And I'm just standing there like, okay, maybe, like, I'm like, you know what? Like I said, you do what you gotta do. So I'm just I'll hear him out. He's like, I was like, I can't believe he's arrested. He never did anything bad. They're all answers going off. And then I like turned to my coworker and I was like, I'm gonna walk away now. And then I walked away. But dude, it's like this grown ass man. He's like, what? 56 years old crying over another grown ass man? Like, I'm out.
Dude, it was so funny because like, I was seeing all the memes of
there was
Trump
this one
being arrested.
When Trump's like, Mexico brings all the criminals, and then Trump in the suit. I was like, and how the tables have turned.
And cheers to Trump being arrested.
If you want to be a Trump supporter, that's on you, but fuck him. Like YG said, fuck Donald Trump.
If you're watching and you're a Trump supporter, you should probably log out. To be honest with you. You know what's so funny? Because like,
you know how many people you know how many Mexicans, especially Mexicans, that I know as friends are fucking Trump supporters?
Oh.
And I'm like, he doesn't like your ass. And
baby girl, I know a lot of them. And I'm just
like, it's not 32.
You're supporting them in the moment.
I'm like,
he finds out you don't have papers, he go,
no, literally, my thing, okay, we're not getting political again, but my thing is, you're gonna support somebody that doesn't like immigrants? Bitch! You can't even leave the country and come back in peace. He don't like your ass. But that's not it. You know what? On another note, we have to go because we have to go to Cappy Camper and we're already fucking late because we're supposed to be there now. But thank you guys. Don't forget you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you can see our beautiful faces on YouTube and these dad shorts on YouTube.